Hey, all right. So, good news, bad news. Good news, I'm still extremely bullish about the entire market, right? We have these daily models that are turning bullish on the stoke. Again, like every time we are this oversold and we reverse and turn up on the stoke, it's the beginning of a strong bull run. However, you know how I teach you guys all the time about using multiple time frames and how you get more information by dropping down to the next level, things like that, right? So if you see here, this is turning bullish. Now, it's not confirmed bullish. There's still 18 hours left on this candle. You can see it up here at the ticker on the right? 18 hours, 5 minutes left on this daily candle. So if this candle were to close like this, it actually is crossing over and turning bullish. But I'm starting to think we're getting down to the wire here. If you look at the 4-hour model, that stoke's getting pretty high. So we have this candle. We actually have like a little ascending triangle here. If I drop down to the 15-minute, you can really see it. Check it out. See? So if we break out, then we can confirm the bullish daily reversal and start a massive run. However, we're getting pretty high on the stoke, and we have a clean, repetitive stoke cycle here. Look, full waves, up and down, up and down. So when you have full stoke waves and full cycles like that, you can anticipate it'll continue until it doesn't. Until it starts doing the zigzaggy thing where it just kind of goes back and forth like it was down here, like over in this section, like right in the middle of the screen on the bottom. It was just kind of going zigzaggy back and forth, staying really low, and we just kept correcting. But that's obviously not what's happening. Now we're at one of those points where we have a clean full wave up, full wave down, full wave up, that nice repetitive cycle. So with that, with all the bullish divergence on the oscillators, it looks like we are going to get this bull run. However, since we're getting down to the wire and we're kind of running out of steam here, if that 4-hour model doesn't break out, if we don't push up pretty aggressively, maybe to the bottom of the cloud to like 5,400. It's not that much. It's only 2,000 more. If we push up to that level, we're probably good. But if we don't, and the 4-hour turns south, and we don't actually clear much above this little ascending triangle, we're going to start the next little small correction, right? Which means we're going to dump a bit. We're going to dump down to these supports probably. And then the next attempt, we'll be able to maybe pull up on that daily model and get that confirmation. So on the 4-hour model, if we run out of steam and we max out and we're overbought and we're starting to come back down on the stoke, again, look at the bottom of the screen, if the stoke's starting to come back down, then we're probably going to see the price come back down just like last time. Like here, you can see last time we were going up, we kind of had like a fake out here, but forget about that. We were going up, right? And we got to the top of the stoke. The stoke started turning down, and then we just dumped, right? And when that happened, we were still in a downtrend on the daily. So now that the daily model is turning bullish, we're kind of right on the cusp where it's either we're going to break out on this 4-hour wave up or the next one. So if we don't push up, and soon, if we don't make that push up to like 54K and pretty soon, we're probably going to take a dump down. And then after we come down and the stoke gets down to that low again and resets again, then the next wave up, that next attempt up, we'll probably get the big bull run starting then. So just a warning that I'm still really, really bullish, extraordinarily bullish. Very, very confident about my models. I think we're going to go on this really strong run. It's going to be 7 to 10 days, 6 to 10 days, a really strong bull run on BTC and the altcoins. But there is a possibility that this breakout attempt is going to run out of steam, and we're going to dump down one more time. So how do you plan for that? So with my open trades right now, I have open long-term trades. I have a few short-term trades that are doing well. But I have a lot of long-term trades that are open. So, good trades like Alpha, for instance. I added to Alpha down at the bottom. I have RSR. I'm up on that one. So these trades that I'm up on, we're getting pretty high on that 4-hour stoke, you see? That's why I said we're at resistance, getting rejected, and the stoke is getting pretty high and getting close to turning back down. So in these trades, if you got into these trades with me, for instance, and you're up sitting on a nice profit right now, feel free to go ahead and sell, close, take your profit. You can move your stop loss up a bunch and lock in some profit. If you don't need the profit and you want to risk it and kind of see if we can pull it off and get that last minute run to kind of get the breakout on this cycle, you can let it ride. I don't want to take a loss though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through my trades just one more time, double check before I go to sleep. If I'm sitting on a decent enough profit, maybe I'll sell like half to take some profit. But then what I'm going to do is just move my stop loss to my entry on all of these trades. My long-term trades, I'll probably just leave them open because the longer-term stuff, I don't care if it dips down a little bit and goes down a little bit below my entry and then blows up, in a few days instead of right now. Because that's more of a mid to long-term hold. I'm willing to kind of give it some time and some room to go up and down. But for anything that's like shorter term, anything that's mid-term or short-term, I'll move my stop loss up to my entry price, and that way at least it'll be a risk-free trade. If we do correct and come back down, it'll hit my stop loss right at my entry, and then I'm out risk-free, didn't take a loss, got all of my original capital back. Then once we settle on that 4-hour model, just like I showed you guys with the Stoke model, right? Once that Stoke model settles on the 4-hour and we start that next run up, which is probably going to be the big breakout run if we don't get it on this cycle, then I can get right back in. And not only do I have all of my original capital from these current trades, but the price is going to be lower, right? Because we're getting that one final dump. So I'm actually going to do better because I'll be able to buy in with the same amount of capital at a lower price. So I'll be able to buy more Ethereum and more RSR and more Bitcoin and more Link and more XRP. So it's actually a good thing if that happens. That's the silver lining. If we don't get the breakout on this run, I'm not going to take a loss no matter what. All of my trades are up, so I can set my stop loss at my entry price. All those trades are risk-free. I can't possibly lose any of my starting capital. And on some of those trades, I'm even going to sell and take some profit. If I sell half of my position, I can take some profit. So no matter what, I'm happy with how this cycle worked out, even though we're stalling and we're not getting that final boost that we need. We still may get that boost. Again, we might get that pump and we might see BTC run up to the bottom of the cloud before getting rejected at around 54K. So if that happens, we're probably starting that bull run now. And if we don't make that run to 54 in the next 1 or 2 candles, we're probably going to take another step down. So it's really win-win. At this point, because my model's been so accurate, I can't take a loss here. I'm either going to break even, make a shit ton of money, or get out with with some profit and the rest of my original capital, and I'll be able to buy in again at a lower price once we reset. So again, the time frame thing is key. Like I said, the daily model, as bullish as it is, by dropping down to the 4-hour, you can kind of see what's happening on a smaller scale, and you can see why we're hitting resistance. On the 4-hour, you can see we have an ascending triangle, which is bullish, but that topside resistance is giving us trouble breaking through. You can see we have the bottom of the cloud at 54K as a strong resistance. But we are back above the 222 EMA, so there are several ways this can play out. I just wanted to break them down for you. But as long as you're managing risk properly, if you got into trades when I posted my video and my trades in the group, if you got in when I did, you can't possibly lose anything because every trade I got into, I'm up on. So either you can sell and take your profits, or at the very least, you can move your stop loss up to your entry price like me, and then all those trades are risk-free. Get out with all of your original capital if it stops you out, and then buy back at a lower price. Plus, if you move your stop loss to your entry price, and it does dip, but it doesn't dip low enough to hit your stop loss, you can still stay in those trades. So that's another way it can play out. All right, that's it. Family's coming over. They're coming up from New York, so everybody's coming over tomorrow for Passover, and I'm up late cleaning the house. That's why I'm not doing any more trading right now. Plus, I shared my models last night, and everything's been playing out perfectly. So at this point, it's kind of late in that Stoke cycle like we just talked about. It's not a good time to enter new trades. We're kind of nearing the end when it's going to make that decision of going up or down. So at this point, you're better off waiting, seeing how things play out, and then make a decision on what to do next. If we do get the breakout, and that confirms the bullish reversal in the daily, we are going to go run really hard. So at that point, I might just FOMO into some more trades. But unless that happens, I'm going to be staying on the sidelines and avoid any new trades. I'm going to go change my stop losses. I'm going to do pretty much what I explained to you guys. If I change my mind, if I feel like I'm better off leaving my stop loss, at my original stop below my entry price, I'll let you guys know. But chances are all of my trades, I'm going to set them to risk-free or take profit, one or the other. I'll be cleaning up a little bit more. So for everybody who's in the premium group, tag me in Discord if you have any questions. I'll be up for a little bit longer, and I can go over this stuff with you if you need some input. But that's the update for now. Stay tuned.